Okay, so today we do some doubt session. Okay, so whatever doubt you have, I ask you some questions. Okay, like you're able to understand. I just check your understand the things. What you understand till now. Okay, because we already did 15, 16 days. Okay, so yes. Now, first question you ask me. What is your question is? What is the difference between computer account? Okay, computer account and user account, right? Computer accounts and user accounts. Okay, so okay, so if you're talking about computer accounts and user accounts, so it is what it is that like computer account is what? Computer account is the account of your workstations, your workstations, your server, the machine, you can say that the machine who add your domain. Like if you see that, like if I like we have a if I open my server lab, and then you can see that we have this is we have server 2, server 4, we have client also. Okay, so if I open server 2, well, let's open now. Okay, if I showing you that when I add my client in the domain, what happens in that case? That client account is automatically created. Why it is automatically created in that in why it's automatically created means that this particular client is authorized with my domain. It means that if any of my domain user, he is able to log in with that particular client, and he is able to access the resources. Understood? So computer account is what? Computer account is a client account, client machines account, or workstations. You can select workstations accounts. Okay. Whenever I can add my client machine or my server machine in my particular domain network, okay, that machine account is automatically created. Simple. Now, what is user account? User account is a employer entity. It's a person or entity. You can say that. Okay, like imagine I'm open in one company. Company name is imagine set private limited, something like this. Okay, now we have 100 employees in my company. Okay, so I give them how I know that I have 100 employees in my company. How with this person is my employer or not. Okay, so what I need to do, I open one account. Okay, and I can maintain all the information about this particular person, the particular employer, like his first name, last name, what is the things. Okay, his log on hours, his manager name. Okay, his job title, everything we can go for that. Okay, so user account is an identity of the person or employer, or identity of an employee. Understood this? So what is the difference between computer accounts and user accounts? This is the difference between computer accounts and user accounts. Okay, computer account is a machine accounts, your workstation accounts. User account is a employee account or person account. User account defines an identity of a person. Then who is it? Understood? Clear? Okay. Now
Also, I saw VHD and
VHDX. Okay. So now the question number second is difference the difference. Oh, I'm sorry. Difference between VHD, VHD, and VHDX. Right. Now, what is the meaning of this? VHD is used in your Hyper-V. Okay, virtual hard disks. The full form of VHD is virtual hard disks. Okay. Now, if you're talking about the VHD and VHDX, in VHD, okay, in VHD, we're not able to give more than means 2 GB of space in VHD. In VHDX, we can go for 2 TB. The difference between spaces only. So right now we always use VHDX because it has in total it has 2 TB of space. So we can, if I want to give more than 2 GB, okay, so then we can go for VHDX. So we always use VHDX now.
So there are extensions, right?
Yeah, extension means VHDXX means extended, virtual hard disk extended. Okay, so it's only extend the space only. That's it. Okay, and they give you so many things like compact disk, convert disk. If you want to convert the disk, if you want to compact the disk, you can go for that. Like right now, I'm using .vhd. Now I want to convert my VHDX, so you can go for that. We have the options. Okay, we have compact disk options also. We can compress the disk also. Okay, so this is the difference between .vhd and .vhdx.
The last one, computer configuration and user
Computer configuration. DI difference between computer configuration and user configuration. Okay, in group policies, right? In group policies. Okay, so if you're talking about the in group policies, with the help of computer configuration, okay, we can restrict the computer accounts. If I want to apply policy on computers, on workstations, on servers, then we can use computer configurations. If I want to apply the policies on user accounts, my employees, my user accounts, then we can go for user configuration. Simple. Okay, with the help of computer configuration, we can apply the policies of computer accounts only. Understood? Like if you have you have 10 client machines, you add all those 10 client machines in the domain. So all 10 client machines has 10 computer accounts created. Every client machine has one computer account is automatically created. So we have 10 computer accounts. Now I want to apply some policy on that particular that those 10 computer accounts. So what I want to do, I just create one OU, all or add all those computer accounts in my OU and apply the policy. Simple. Okay, fine. So with the help of computer configuration, we can apply the policies of computer accounts. With the help of user configuration, we can apply the policies of user accounts. Understood? Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, K-Bros policies.
Cab rules policies. So cab rules policies. Okay. Cab rules policies. Cabros policies is what? Cabros policies is, you can say that, like if you're talking about the Cabros policies. So Cabros policies are defined in the Cabros policy. We have 5 to 6 settings. Okay, which is predefined. Okay, so in that settings, it defined that how your service ticket time is what is the maximum time of service ticket, what is the maximum time of user ticket. Okay, what is the duration of your service ticket or user ticket, like this you can define there on their own timing also. Okay, it's by default, it's configured, it's enabled. Okay, you can configure by yourself also. So over there you can define the service ticket time intervals, user ticket time intervals, when your user ticket renewal automatically after 7 days, 8 days, whatever the timings over there. Okay, so it's these all are by default timings. Okay, if you want to change the policies, you can change the policies with the help of default domain policy. Okay, whatever you can, when you want to change anything about password policies, account policies, cargos policies, or audit policies, so we always use default domain policy to change all those policies. Understood these things? Okay, now I ask you one question. If you're able to understand this, give me this difference between uh, password policies and fine grained policies. Policies and fine grained policies. Okay, actually, this is what the interview question is. Okay, so what is the difference between password policies and fine grained policies? Where I can apply the password policies and where I can apply the fine grained policies.
Just on password policies, it applies on all over the domain.
Yeah, it applies all over the domain by default.
All over the domain by default. So
Yeah.
basically, all the users inside that domain are going to have the same password policies.
Yeah, definitely.
So for the fine grained policies, assuming I have a big net, like I have a domain,
Yeah.
and inside that domain I have a lot of groups. I have
Yeah.
like IT and HR.
Yeah.
So I want HR group to have a specific password, which
Yeah.
is
If I want to
different.
define a specific password policies to a specific group or users, then we can go for fine grained
Hundred
policies.
policies.
Good. Okay. So it means that if you go for password policies apply by default to all the domain in the network.
Yes.
But fine grained policies, if I want to specify some password policies to a specific users, then we can go for fine grained
Hundred
policies.
policies.
Okay. Now the next one, uh, tell me this. This is a very basic question. So I ask you,
Okay.
what is domain? What do you give the answer in this question? What is domain?
Domain is basically your network.
It's a kind of network. You can
It's
say
kind
that
of
it's a kind of network or it's a form of network. Okay. Anything else?
it helps us to have a structure.
Yeah, it's okay. Like domain is what? Like if I want centralized management, okay. If I want AD services, okay. If I want group policies, if I want everything, if I want AD services, in that case we can use domain. So when I if I want domain net, if I want AD services, so if I have one server and I can install AD services and configure AD services, okay, that network is automatically becoming a domain network. So domain network, it's a kind of form of network where we have centralized management, where we have single sign-on, because AD provides us all those things. Okay, now if I want use AD, then we need one domain network at least. Now the question number 7 is, what is domain controller? You can say that. What is domain controller?
Okay, a domain controller is a server in
Hmm.
which the server that controls everything inside your domain. Basically, they call it that your DC.
Yeah, like domain controller is what? It's a kind of one server who maintain a database. The server who maintain a database, that server is known as domain controller. Simple. Okay, very simple answer. Simple answer is what? Like if someone asks you what is domain controller, so tell them that a particular server who maintains a database.
Okay.
Okay, I have two things to you need to understand. Okay, when you install AD services, okay, when you install AD services in a particular server, okay, in that case there is not that case the server is not becoming a domain controller. When you're going to only install AD services, that's it. I'm only installing AD services. We have 6 components which is automatically installed: AD administrative center, users and computers, site and services, domain and trust, okay, model with PowerShell, ADSIRed. These all are 6 components which is automatically installed. But still, that server is not a domain controller till you not configured the AD. When I'm going to configure my AD, when I'm going to promote my server to a domain controller, that in that case your server becoming a domain controller. Okay, so the server who maintains AD database, that server is known as domain controller. Okay, now the question 8 we discuss about the basic questions we can discuss about. Okay, um, let's see, difference between OU and group. How you can define OU and group?
Okay. OU,
Difference between OU and group.
with the help of OU helps us to apply the policies.
Yeah, with the help of OU we can apply the policies.
And with
Yes.
the help of the group, we apply the permissions.
Yeah, with the help of group we can apply the policies and the permissions as well. Okay, but OU, with the help of OU we're not able to provide the permissions. Both are containers. Okay, both are OU and group, both are containers. Both contain user accounts and computer accounts. But with the help of group we can provide only permissions. Okay, with the help of OU we're not able to provide the permissions. We only provide the policies. OU works only in domain network. Okay, but a group works work group as well as domain network. Your group works both the networks, work group as well as domain. Understood? Okay, like these type of questions you need to understand the things. Okay, like it's the basic questions. Like whenever you go to interview, they start like this. Okay, now sometimes they ask you like this also, that what is Active Directory? What is this? Simple. They ask you like this type of questions. So what is Active Directory? So in that case, what you want to, what in your, I've so much about Active Directory, but when you go for define Active Directory, so what you tell or what answer you can give in this case?
Active Directory is a role.
Active Directory is a role and a services in server roles.
It
Okay.
helps us to manage a domain.
Yeah, it helps us to create a domain network.
To create a domain.
Okay, it provides database. It provides hierarchical structure. Okay, physical logical structure. So we can define all those things and all that. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, like this. Okay, now define this. What is global catalog? This is also an important question.
Okay.
Ask you what is global catalog? Okay,
Global catalog.
global catalog.
I know.
Global catalog. Global catalog is what? It's a server or it's a services in the domain controllers. When you install your parent domain controller, your first domain controller, global catalog is automatically installed. Rest of all domain controllers, it's optional. It gives you the option that that you want to install or not. You can uninstall, you can uncheck the global catalog also when you're going to install CDCs or ADCs or other or RDCs or TDCs. Okay, but it's mandatory to install in PDCs. Okay, now global catalog is used to three things: searching. If you want to search anything in the domain network in the database, okay, request goes to automatically global catalog. Okay, indexing and replication. It make index. Okay, it goes for application also. The major point of global catalog is it maintains all the information about their own network.
Yeah, on network.
Their own network. If imagine I have three domain networks in my site or in my present location in my Delhi. Imagine I have Delhi. I work in Delhi, so I have three domain networks in my Delhi. Okay, so imagine my global catalog works in domain network 1. So it maintain all the information about domain network 1, but it maintain partial information about domain network 2 and 3. Partial information about domain network 2 and 3. So remember these things. Okay, global catalog is used to maintain all the information about their present network, but it maintains partial information about other networks, other domain networks. If we have multiple domain networks, so there where global catalog is working, it maintain all the information, full information. But if we have or if we have other domain networks also, so it maintain only partial information only. It will maintain full information. Understood? Clear? So when you give statement like this, so maybe interviewer impress you that okay, he knows something. Okay, like this you need to understand the things. Okay, now what is global catalog, what is Active Directory? These are the basic questions. Okay, now so sometimes I'm asking you what is DNS.
We use basically DNS to solve queries from
Yeah.
M to IP or from IP to
Yeah, simple. You can say that DNS is a services. It is used to resolve name to IP and IP to name. It works on name resolution process. Name resolution process. Understood? Okay. So it is a services. Okay, or a role in server OS. Okay. This DNS works on both the both components, server as well as client. Both side means server as well as client. Okay, so if someone asks you what is DNS, simple. You don't give a brief answer. You give only one or two line answer. It is the services in server OS as well as client OS. It is used to resolve name to IP and IP to name. It works on name resolution process. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Name resolution process. Simple. Okay, like this. Okay, so I'll tell you 2 or 3 questions more. So DNS, global catalog, Active Directory, domain controller, domain. Okay, and sometime it's ask you like what is DNS, global catalog, AD. Okay, and the basic one is mm, like this. What is GR group policies?
This is good policy.
What is group policies? Okay. What is group policies? So what do you tell to the interviewer if they ask you what is group policies? I'm like this. So what is group policies? Group policies is a component which is automatically, which is a group policy is a services which is automatically installed in your DCs. Okay, group policies allow administrator to control user accounts and computer accounts. Group policies allow administrator to control user accounts and computer accounts. Or you can say that with the help of group policies, we can restrict user accounts and computer accounts. Like if I want that I don't want that my user is not able to install or remove any program in the control panel, or I want that my user is not able to open control panel, like this. So this is what group policies is. It's a kind of services which is automatically installed. Okay, sometimes they ask you like this also. Difference between GPMC and GPME. GPMC means Group Policy Management Console. Okay, and GPME means Group Policy Management Editor.
Okay.
Okay.
The difference with GPMC, we can create the group policies.
Yeah, we can create and delete policies, group policies. Okay, with the help of GPME. GPME means
the group policy management editor.
editor. Yeah.
So we can edit only the policies.
Yeah, we can modify the policies. If I want to modify some policies, then we can go for GPME. If I want to create or delete some policies, then we can go for GPMC. Okay, and tell me this, what is this? GPO.
Group
Policy object. What is this?
Policy object.
Okay, forget it. What is GPO? GPO is a group policy object. It is a container. It contains all policies which you created or which automatically created. Every policy, whether it is you created, whether it is automatically created. So it's a container. It contains all policies. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like this. Like these are the simple questions you need to understand the things. These are basic questions. Okay, so if someone asks you that what is this, so at least you have the information about all those things. Okay, so like when we go to interview, okay, when you're going to interview after this or whatever, or whenever you want to give interview, okay, so just prepare the basic questions, the basic topics. Okay, don't go for advanced ones, because the starting means the fresher, okay, they don't want to ask you that much brief questions or that much depth questions. They check your basic only, that at least you know the things or not. If you know the things, then they are heads up to you. If you do not know the basics, then they told you that you need to refresh your knowledge again. Okay, fine. So that is what the question answers round today. Okay.